The snow may have temporarily melted away, but that's just left more room for the cold to dig its icy claws into everything. With weeks of temperatures well below freezing, everything's taking twice as long to complete. But I'm more determined than ever to get this roof finished before the next snow hits. And with every sheet of plywood I secure into position, we're one step closer to making this A-frame a home. Going up. Hey, look at that. So nice. My name's Mike, and for the past 8 years, my wife, son, and I have lived in an off-grid yurt on the coast of Maine. Now, I'm taking on the challenge of building our future A-frame home by myself. No, you don't need to adjust your television set. These are not fancy special effects. It snowed. Again. I was really hoping to get this sheathing done before another big snow like this. Once we did know that the snow was coming, we did come and put a tarp down on the platform here to see if a little trick or a little idea I had would work out. So I was here yesterday and I knocked all the snow off of the frame where it was stuck, and that fell down here onto the tarp. And we're gonna try to see if we can just pull the whole tarp off and get all the snow off all at once. So yeah, let's see if that works. As I work to clear snow yet again, I can't help but think back to the day just over 2 months ago when we started sheathing. So we are about to put on our first piece of plywood OSB roof sheathing. It was November 17th, and, as with every time we move on to a new phase of the build, there was a sense of excitement. Things were moving forward, and I felt confident that I could get this whole roof covered by Thanksgiving, which was just about 2 weeks away. I want to make sure we do it all correctly, but once we get it started, hopefully it will go on quickly and smoothly, and we will have a fully sheathed roof before it snows, because it's getting cold. While I was proud of the progress so far, it quickly became clear that sheathing this roof alone wasn't going to be a quick sprint. It was going to be a marathon. To stay motivated, I had to shift my mindset, measuring success not by speed, but by steady progress. Getting just 2 or 3 panels up in a day became the new goal. My Thanksgiving deadline came and went, and the cold and seemingly endless snow turned out to be even bigger obstacles than I had anticipated. It is the day after Thanksgiving. Yesterday, we had a lot of rain followed by some snow, so back here at the house, the A-frame, I need to get as much of this slush and ice off the floor. Little by little, I kept pushing forward, working through the freezing temperatures and relentless snow. Then, almost exactly 1 month after nailing the first sheet in place, I finally secured the last panel on the first half of the roof. I'm just, after 1 month finishing this side of the roof sheathing, taking way longer than I thought. Twice as long, 3 times as long. Despite getting half the roof sheathed, it wasn't a triumphant moment or cause for celebration. I knew the hardest part was still ahead. The deeper into winter we got, the tougher the conditions would become. But I did see an opportunity. Lessons learned from sheathing the first half could help make the second half go smoother and faster. The first lesson I wanted to apply was finding a way to spend less time shoveling snow off the floor decking, which brings us back to the tarp trick. At first, I dismissed the idea, knowing that anything more than a light dusting would be too heavy to pull off easily. But then I remembered just how useful my truck has been for moving heavy things throughout this build. And just like that, in a matter of minutes, all the snow was off the deck, and I didn't even have to lift one shovel full of snow. Well, that definitely worked surprisingly well. A lot faster than trying to shovel the snow off by hand. Probably. I mean, maybe. Definitely a little faster, definitely a lot easier on the back. Less shoveling. Whew. On the first half of the roof, I spent way too much time adjusting ropes, both to keep myself from falling and to haul up plywood. So I knew I needed a better system this time. First, I switched to a static climbing rope, which doesn't stretch and left no doubt in my mind about its strength. And I don't have to worry about its strength. I know it's gonna hold. I previously was using different ropes that all could hold my weight, but there was always a little question of like, is this rope gonna break on me? So we've got our dedicated climbing rope. Then, I installed roof anchors so I wouldn't have to adjust or untie my main ropes. Because when it's 4 degrees Fahrenheit outside, the last thing I want to do is need to take my gloves off to untie a stubborn knot. So I'm able to clip my ropes right into this, and if I need to unclip them, it's really easy to do. And then we have this rope runs all the way down to the other side. Finally, I set up a dedicated pulley for hauling plywood, so my other pulley could be used for me. That way, I could move back and forth across the entire roof without constantly climbing up and down, or needing to readjust ropes. Building solo, like yurt life, requires flexibility and a willingness to adapt. Just as we adjust to the changing seasons in the yurt, I'm hopeful that the changes I've made to my sheathing process will make this second half go up much more efficiently, even with winter throwing its challenges my way. Progress might be slower than I'd like, but every step forward gets us closer to finishing this build and finally moving into our new home. If you want to see how it all plays out, make sure to subscribe and follow along. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and let me know in the comments what you think of the progress so far. Thanks for watching.